Greetings everyone, and Great here with another Company Wars 1 replay. Spawn on the left side as the Wehrmacht player. We have Techno. Spawn on the right side as the US player. We have DILIRU. I have no idea how to pronounce that. Yep, it's more of a 3D model this time. Fine, or engineers advancing forward. No barracks just yet. More. There's the barracks now. Going for 2 engineers. This engineer is going for this cutoff point. So the U.S. forces are eyeing for this right flank. Over here, the Wehrmacht player has deployed out, let's see, how many pioneers? 3 pioneers going for Wehrmacht quarters now. Fuel point has been catching up, and it looks like it's going to take time to wire around it to funnel forces into this bunker. Pioneers capture this munitions point, and looks like a fresh. Is it going to be a rifleman or Jeep? Take your bets. My guess is Jeep. Rifleman. I've never ride for that. We do have the Pioneers still laying down some more wire. That is going to be covered by the bunker, assuming it's going to finish off the V, going right around here. My apologies. We do have this rifleman squad now advancing on forward. Another rifleman squad being deployed on out. We do now have fresh Schimmelwagen deployed on the field. Or Schimmelwagen. I would pronounce it. Munitions points being captured on up. Rifleman squad advancing on forward. And we do have the Schimmelwagen will be finding this engineer squad. Likely Schimmelwagen can force back the engineer squad. See a bit of fire there, getting in the mix of them, allowing the engineers to get some pretty good damage onto it. And now we do have another rifleman squad deployed on the field. We does have 2 riflemen out on the field, 2 engineers. There's also a decent map for flamers as well. So we may see both these engineers deployed out with flamers. So we got some wire being put out there. That wire? That wire just may help prevent them going around this region, but I'll say it sort of restricts him to go from here to over here. We do now have a fresh rifleman squad on the build queue. A rifleman now advancing on forward will be able to find this pioneer no problem. That wire did not stop them. I know this pioneers may be eyeing for this munitions point. It will need a full withdrawal from this region relatively soon. Somehow it has not received a single point of damage. There we go. And down south we got more pioneers advancing across that bridge. Pioneers here. So what's here? Volksgrenadiers. Riflemen are going to be captured that munitions point. And I do have 3 rifleman squads down the field. That's usually the magic number people like to go for. And the rifleman squad does capture central VP. This wires off that.
Sector being captured.
There is still, I think, a possibility from him maneuvering around by going to take a long way around. Over here, you got the Volksgrenadiers engaging on riflemen. Pioneers squad will be engaged by that rifleman squad across the river. And he's going to make across the river. They haven't learned from Bandit Brothers yet. Go ahead and take down that fence and go across. Or was it cut that wire? Yeah, I messed up. How did I mess up that reference? We do have now the Volksgrenadiers gain some great damage from that rifleman squad. Volksgrenadier has received little damage. Rifleman squad has dropped the model. We do got the pioneer in this region. And Schimmelwagen may sit on up to engage. Landmine was spotted there. A severely wounded rifleman squad. So it's all of his models there. And he's pretty far away from Trial Center, so he's probably going to force it in fight.
Crowds have cut forward.
Schimmelwagen's going way down south, trying to stop that munitions point from being captured up. Volksgrenadiers do capture that, deploy out those sandbags in time. And this Volksgrenadiers eyeing to engage the riflemen. Rifleman squad's now fully encircled. Has plenty of windows of fire from it since it's now fully encircled, but still not a good idea to be fully encircled like that. Also, the wire that's going across that road has been cut. And now the rifleman squad is going to eventually get wiped out.
Our
Pulls
forces
out
are
more
taking
barbed wire there
casualties.
and does wipe out that rifleman squad. Over here, we do have the rifleman squad advancing forward and the
Observation
pioneers as
posts
well.
report we are losing a sector.
Fresh early bars have been put on the field. So this plays iron for heavy infantry play. Losing that rifleman squad is bigger loss than I realized.
Enemy unit
It
down.
does take out a pioneer there, very nice. Folks are engaging the rifleman squad at range, but this one has received quite a bit of damage and not all of them, but these models are firing. Rifleman squad getting some good hits there onto the Volks Grenadiers. And now we do have this munition sector being captured on up. Volks Grenadiers do fall back. And we got this MG42 now deployed on the field. The MG42 has been spotted. Has apparently 2 kills.
Losing ground
Bit
out
wounded. Pioneers kind of trying to capture up the southern munitions point now. You have this engineer here. Could throw down some wire here and here to help clear up this sector. I'd also hear more wire being pulled on the field, and maybe it's being cut. Not sure where I heard that wire. It sounded like I heard wire. Riflemen have captured the munitions sector there. Sturmwagen has been fully repaired on up. And now we do have a Kampfkraft Center being deployed on the field. Wehrmacht Sniper now deployed on the field as well. And Sturmwagen does find a burst there in that rifleman squad. Infantry 4 to advance forward, does see some fire, and will be flanked by this rifleman squad. Infantry 4 may need a fully withdrawal, does fully withdraw now.
Hold the initiative. At this rate, we'll be taking Berlin by Christmas.
Both Grenadiers advancing forward, trying to get some good damage there on the rifleman squad. Rifleman squad severely wounded. Sniper will get some shots onto it. They do get inside the garrison. Fires a sniper shot on this rifleman squad. Has to be careful of that sniper. That's a lot of fire coming. The sniper does fully withdraw it and does get gunned down. Those 2 rifleman models had 2 bars, and it still had a great damage output, and now it's fully wiped. This player has rebuilt his rifleman squad and already prematurely built the other rifleman squad to replace that rifleman squad that had just went down. A lot of losses on both sides. Volks Grenadiers have been forced back. We do also Veteran 1 and a medic station right there. Pioneers now receiving large amounts of fire. The Pioneer squad does get fully wiped. Over here, do have a Pioneer deployed out, as well as a landmine there. But that landmine's more positioned to hit himself, because it's on this side. On this one, we'll usually capture it from this angle. Oh, gets a body block there. He actually fully stopped the retreat path with a well-placed squad there, allowing him to get a full squad wipe. And finds a landmine and gets blown up, almost losing that entire squad. Rifleman squad is going to probably take time to capture the VP and full withdrawal. We do also have engineers and engineers kept to the flanks. And right now the Wehrmacht player has lost a lot of ground. If you look over the tactical mini-map, you can see here just a munitions point, and the cutoff fuel point, and the cutoff point.
They're going after one of our
Not a whole lot of income. He does spot this Grenadier, but he doesn't spot this Volks Grenadier, which has been upgraded with MP40s and does spot it now. Next station has recovered 2 casualties. Are there? Yep, he does manage to recover 1 of the casualties from that landmine. The other medic could not find anybody. Too many bits and pieces. There is an MG42 inside the garrison, and the US player does spot it. We do now have a triage center being put on the field. Very good. His rifleman quite wounded. And now I do see frag grenades. He's going heavy infantry play.
The enemy is down to 300 points.
It's probably not a good idea to go for a doctrine that has heavy munition expenditures, which I'll say is technically all of them. Off-map power shoots nice. Our allied war machine, field repairs, and use a lot of munitions. And airborne is basically munitions and manpower. But of course, you always call in more munitions. Goes a frag grenade, multiple frag grenades into that church, and does manage to get out of there before blown to smithereens. Medics charging on forward. Both MP40 squad does fall back as well. Supply yard, very nice. He may want to go for the supply yard research sooner rather than later. Right now, the US player does have good munitions income.
Artillery support is waiting the get-go.
So he's going for infantry doctrine. That made that clear. And the Wehrmacht player appears not to select the doctrine just yet. He has a bit of manpower, not a lot of fuel or munitions reserved. These riflemen squads have received quite a bit of fire there. Did try to go for a pineapple grenade. Unsuccessful. Grenadiers could throw a stick grenade there. Throws that stick grenade, does dodge it. Both sides are quite wounded. And the rifleman squads do fall back. The Grenadiers do not drop any models there, so the specialty will allow them to get some health regen back. Give enough time, all of its health back. Grenadier squad does find the rifleman. Grenadier squad is of course quite wounded. We'll have trouble versus rifleman. Rifleman squad does eye for this heavy cover there. And a stick grenade is being thrown. Looks like he's as happy at throwing grenades as his opponent. Great grenade hit there, getting a lot of damage on that squad. Now the follow-up shots are getting some great damage. Got multiple casualties on the ground. This one is fully dead. And that medic does get gunned down. One more model recovered, and he will get a free rifleman. Without even using a punch card. But nope, the medic does go down there. So he does not get his free rifleman there, and does actually need the rifleman squad right now because he's under siege. Offline power shoot now raining on in on top of the MG42. First round scattered wide. That scattered wide as well. And it looks like the MG42 will manage to withdraw from the region. Rifleman squad, we've seen a bit of fire there. Let's keep it rotated around. Let's withdraw the rifleman. There's a casualty right there, so if he gets out a fresh medic, and maybe nope, that was not a casualty. I'm gonna say if he gets a fresh medic, he perhaps get a free squad immediately. Medic station's almost down. There's a medic model. But right now the medic station received quite a bit of damage right there. Rifleman squad is just trying to engage at range. The medic station will likely go down. Rifleman squads do make a nice flank there. US player has cleared that 4 rifleman squads. Great grenade there, wiping out that entire Volks Grenadiers. Grenadier squad does fall back. Rifleman squad now in range of the MP40s at a very close range. And does receive a pineapple there, get a couple good kills as well. MG42 advancing forward once again. Find a high defensive position and does have another medic on the field, so he does have another medic station somewhere. Rifleman squad now. Stick grenade was thrown there, pineapple was thrown as well, and good kills on both sides. Next medic station is not sure where that medic station is at. Oh, right there. 2 models being recovered there. We got a fresh Grenadier as well. He has 3 Grenadiers, 1 Volks Grenadiers. No doctrine just yet. He knows what doctrine his opponent has gone for. He also seen all the rifleman squads, so probably it's a good idea that his opponent will not go for any tanks anytime soon. But looks like these engineers, looks like they're on eye to play out structure. Or maybe not. I do believe that's supply yard research there, so we have level 1 supply yard. I do got the Grenadiers and Volks Grenadiers facing forward, trying to get some good damage there on the riflemen.
Americans are seizing territory from us.
Rifleman squad may receive some fire from this MG42. Does not get suppressed with that volley there. Grenadiers now eyeing to make their way forward. Rifleman squad is behind some heavy cover. This Rifleman squad is not fully reinforced. Is the US player low on manpower? Yes, he is. He is deploying out M2 howitzer at the moment. Grenade was thrown there, gains good damage, and now the Rifleman squads do fall back.
That's it. Construction finished.
Fresh M2 deploy on the field, and it's actually a bit farther forward.
Munitions point under attack.
MP40 Volks will spot this medic station there. He, of course, has recovered a rifleman there, so he currently has 5 riflemen. M2 howitzer finds a good hit there on the MG42, and a good hit there on the Grenadier. And a good hit there on the ground. And that one's not that great.
Germans are after one of our munitions.
Medic station seemed quite a bit of fire there. That round almost got this Grenadier, and that Grenadier is very wounded. Medic station does go down there.
Supply lines are broken. We have territory cut off.
Flamer Pioneer now deployed on the field. He has 2 Flamer Pioneers. Rifleman squads are making their advance. Volks Grenadiers and Grenadiers in a good position there.
They have 200 points
It
left.
looks like this wire has been pulled on out, so it's preventing any sort of advance in this region, though we do have the engineers to cut some of that wire. Rifleman squad is now advancing forward, trying to get some good damage on the MP40 squad, and the wire has now been cut. Flamer squad is now strong in the region and taking the long retreat path around. Grenadiers seem a bit of fire there. Volks Grenadiers just fall back as well. Oh, we got a doctrine lock and a Stu has been put on the field, so he has gone for Blitzkrieg. The Stu should be very effective versus his opponent's current composition because he just has a rifleman. Does roll a miss there. Stu now advancing forward. A lot of good targets in front of him. He's going to need sticky bombs sooner rather than later. Sticky bombs not being researched.
Supply lines are broken. We have territory under supply.
We do now have stun grenades being thrown up by the Grenadiers. They could be very effective. He does get some one of them. Here comes the next volley. Stu finds his own Grenadiers. Next stun grenades are being thrown now. Finds a decent stun right there. And looks like that last grenade will not connect. M2 barrage raiding on in. Sounds like there's almost like a second M2. One rifle squad has full retreating. This rifle squad does get suppressed by the MG42. Great hit there out of that rifleman squad with the Stu. 7 kills for the moment. One of these rifle squads could get wiped out. Good hit there once again, getting some great damage there. Trying to go for the stick bomb. Oh, he could potentially lose a lot of force with this shot.
Enemy unit down.
Does largely avoid it. Does take out the MG42.
Under heavy fire here.
I got these rifle squads now falling back.
Regiment has heavy infantry reserves.
Rangers can now be put on the field, but he doesn't really have the manpower to support it. He needs all his manpower to reinforce these for riflemen. M2 howitzer raiding on in.
Losing ground out there. Enemy unit down.
Oh, gets a direct hit there on the Grenadier, fully wiping it out in one shot. That's a pretty good shot. Right now, the Wehrmacht player has 2 Grenadiers, 1 Volks Grenadier, Petrol C2. Petrol C1 onto the Stu. Does have a Pack 30 here, but of course, there's no real targets for him to shoot at. Stu now advancing forward, trying to get some good damage onto this rifleman. They get a sticky bomb there. There's a good hit there onto the Grenadiers, or not Grenadiers, Engineers. Sigmund does connect. It does get damage crit there. Finds a decent hit there on the Rifleman. Grenadiers are going to engage these forces now. And it's going to try to throw some stun grenades there on the Rifleman. That's going to be some pretty good stun grenades there. Off my power shoot raining on in. Shoot does advance forward to avoid it. Rifleman's going now advancing forward. Grenadiers are there as well. Looks like we won't go in favor of the Rifleman squads because it's not only there's also 2 of them, as well as they do a bit better at close range. I'm not sure why my eyes are sort of getting closed on my avatar. I need to reset the camera in between games. Engineers receive a bit of fire there. And now the Stu's going to receive some multiple sticky bomb hits there to make it overrun by these Riflemen. Fires a shot there, gets some damage. Ooh, fully immobilized now, so the sticky bombs did some great work. And now he can just safely throw sticky bombs on the rear. Of course, they're unable to penetrate the rear armor there with rifle fire. Flame Engineers also advance forward as well. Fuse player probably still waiting for cooldowns. It's a little bit low on munitions as well. Grenadiers gain some good damage, receiving some good damage from the Riflemen. They do full withdrawal there. Grenade was thrown, but largely unsuccessful. And now we got a repair onto this Stu. We've got some repair pioneers nearby. Don't need to throw a sticky bomb sooner rather than later. So he may repair up in time to prevent the kill. And he does save it there with that repair. The US player does not really have the munitions for at the moment. Gunning down those repair pioneers is probably a good idea. Both of them now have been gunned down. We have another Stu over here.
Down.
Over here, MP40 Volks getting forcing back that rifle squad. Does fully get wiped out. Stu's advancing forward. Another sticky bomb does connect. That may kill off the Stu.
Get back in the fight.
Yeah, let's kill off that Stu entirely. Of course, US player doesn't even have the munitions for another sticky bomb to hit this Stu.
Rifle squad has the objective.
Do now have a bunker here, providing some good, receiving some fire. Stu lining up shot there. Finds a decent hit there on the Rifleman. Not Rifleman. Engineers. Got all the fuel consumed as well. He must have gone for level 2 supply. Yes, he has. Both Grenadiers does get forced back there as well. Grenadiers advancing forward, trying to find some engagement. These forced rifle squads are eyeing this cutoff point. They'll be only cutting off this single munition sector, and we've got the M2 now raining on in, trying to deal with that bunker. Shoot is gonna kill on the gunner, the person who's trying to throw that sticky bomb. But it's there, does take out the Pack-38. He could try capturing the Pack-38 there with one of his rifleman squads. This rifleman squad does full withdrawal from the region. The Rangers are actually on the field, just put fire or bazooka shots there, unable to get a kill. Grenadiers eyeing for stun grenades. Does find it on those squads. Next volley of grenades about to come on out. Rangers throw a really poor frag grenade there. There's another round hits there. This rifle squad could get wiped out by the Volks or by the Grenadiers. They'll not be wiped on out. This rifle squad advances forward, trying to provide a signal bomb there onto that Stu.
We're losing ground out there.
Now I got these Grenadiers advancing forward, trying to get some good damage there onto that rifleman. Over here, Engineers have captured the fuel point. the engineers will find some flame burst there on that grenadier. Shoes now currently up at 8 kills, 3 buildings destroyed, likely all from sandbags, wire, and all that sort. Engineers just a bit of fire there from those grenadiers, just maintaining their maximum range. Both grenadiers and MP40s are reinforced and healed on up. Those grenadiers do go ahead and fall back now.
Our supply lines are being threatened.
Fired up has been activated. It does have 2 ranger squads here. I don't think either of them's upgraded Thompsons. He's trying to find the rear armor. Does get a good hits there. Yep, I don't hear any Thompsons up there upgraded, which means these are going to be purely made for anti-vehicle. Got it there by the first stew. Starting to get suppression on these forces now, and the stews do force back these rangers. Only sustaining minimal damage there. M2 lining up barrage now. Maybe trying to soften up the stew here. Rolls and miss there with the howitzer. Stew's now advancing forward, trying to find a good engagement.
Base is under enemy fire. Crowds have cut forward supply lines.
Trying to flank us! Artillery!
Finds a good miss there and does get a good hit as well. His fire rate gets decrewed, does have emergency 1. The gun itself can easily go down to these stews. Rifleman squad's advancing forward, maybe trying to go to get a couple shots there on off the rifleman. Rangers now going advance towards the rear armor, very nice. M2 has gone down. Right there on that rifle squad. This rifle squad does not receive any good damage. Rangers advance forward, does get some suppression there from his pintle mounts. Rifle's gonna get knocked around a little bit. Stews are trying to back on up to the edge of the map. And the rifle US player is pursuing them to the ends of the earth. As you guys do roll some misses there. Good hit there. Another good hit there. And now got a sticky bomb onto the stew. Sticky bomb on the other stew as well. Both the engineers are currently pinned. And you could try going for it for a crush, but does go ahead and fall back there.
Enemy unit down. They're hitting one of our forward emplacements.
MG or Pack 38 does get decrewed. The rifleman squad could capture that up to engage those stews. It does find a hit there. Looks like an observation post was built there. And 40 volts trying to engage these riflemen. Some grenades are being thrown. Let's get a good hit there. Frag grenades also thrown as well. Let's get a 1 model there. And now that rifle squad does fall back. This rifle squad is now starting to advance on forward.
Losing a victory. We are losing a victory.
Doesn't get wiped there on that rifle squad. And now this rifle squad engineer is trying to avoid the stew fire.
Reinforcements avail fuel sector.
Engineers receive a good hit there. Grenadiers trying to engage out with these forces. Engineer squad make it fully wiped there. Does get fully wiped there. Rifleman squad quite a bit of fire there as well. It sounds like look like an M2 barrage rating on in.
Seizing territory from us.
Rangers finding good engagement there on the stew. Stew could potentially get some crushes there. Both of these rifle squads are now suppressed.
Supply lines are broken.
It's a great hit there. That stew just getting some great damage there. Short inch and crit there. They start focusing on that ranger. This one does get suppressed and pinned. His hits there on that ranger squad now.
Enemy unit.
And that stew does go on down.
Krauts have cut forward supply lines.
Pioneers in this region also got the MP40 volts inside the garrison. The US player has all doctors now available. It's a matter of getting enough resources to actually deploy them. The Wehrmacht player is approaching enough command points for a Tiger tank. No, I think he should. Yeah, does have enough for our Tiger tank there. Captain squad trying to capture this VP. Right now, there's upcatch in favor of the Wehrmacht player, but right now he has 83 tickets. His opponent has only 359. So the Wehrmacht player is lacking tickets, but is maintaining double capture right now, and now fully triple capture, but now just double capture for the time being. Off-map combat group has been deployed on the field. Oh no, it's a Tiger tank. Sorry, got the players mixed up. He's pretty far away from the off-map combat group. Has just riflemen and rangers. Maybe a good idea to go for another medic station. Just go a bit farther back and you can get some good casualties there. Man, my camera's going crazy. Rainiers do throw out a pair of stun grenades there. Fired up does not do a good job of canceling that out. More stun grenades there. Receiving a lot of fire on that one squad. Rangers engaging the Grenadiers at close range. And this Ranger squad does fall back now. Over here, you got the Grenadiers engaging riflemen. That maybe. Oh, those are stun grenades. Great hit there by the Stu, putting this rifle squad in minimal health. And now fresh Tiger Panzer are deployed out in the field. Rifle squad does have efficiency 1. Stun grenade does connect onto those Rangers. Rangers are severely wounded. They may just want to fall back and get healed up. First shot there, rolls a miss. Rifleman squad is made now engage the 50-40 volts at close range. Tiger tank could come over here to advance. There's also a Vector C3 Tiger tank. So that's going to be a very deadly Tiger tank. Gets some deadly hit there in the Rifleman squad. Stu does force back these Riflemen. Of course, the Stus should have Vector C3 as well.
Forward supply lines.
Tiger tank is advanced forward, trying to find a shot on the Rifleman squad. Unlikely to get a wipe. And now we do have off-map combat group here, and rolling incredibly lucky. Getting 2 Hellcats on the field. That's exactly what he needs. Rifleman never hurts as well, and the MG could be useful. Help protect the flank. Maybe trying to capture this area, plant the MG, help keep that area secure. Stu now advancing forward, trying to engage the Rifleman squad. Pioneers advancing on forward as well. Howdy. Sorry, I just saw your Twitch chat. You now have the Hellcats advancing on forward. Getting some good hits there onto the Stu.
Enemy unit down.
And does receive some good hits there as well. When the Axis units do go down, do have an MG bunker now first to deploy on the field. Hellcats now advancing forward, trying to get some good damage there.
Forward supply lines are broken.
And now we do have the Stu receiving massive amounts of fire there. Main gun destroyed, main gun repaired, main gun fires, main gun gets a rear armor hit. And those main guns do roll some bounces.
Enemy unit down.
Hellcat does go down. Tiger Panzer are still at full health. Can still pose a massive threat to these Hellcats.
Losing ground out there.
The big cat is maybe trying to eye to pursue these small cats. And now we do have the Pak-38 now capturing up. That Pak-38 is going to be very useful. Of course, the Assault got recaptured, so it's going to immediately call some artillery onto it. Gets the extra model down, does take out one of the models now. And now the Pak-38 is going to make its way forward, all by himself, lonesome. You now have these 2 Hellcats. They do need some repairs. You do have the 30 cal set in a good defensive position there. Rifleman squad not captured that munitions sector just yet.
Krauts have cut forward supply lines.
And now this Tiger tank gets getting repaired up by the bunker.
Yes,
Oh,
sir.
looks like the US player is... Oh, no, it's that pop cap. That's the problem as well. It's so easy to get a pop cap in this game.
Orders?
Pioneers now seeing a bit of fire from these riflemen.
Enemy unit down.
Pioneer does go down now. Do have the half track deployed on the field. Rangers now firing some physical shots there. Does get some good hits there onto the bunker. But the Rangers can't last for much longer. Hellcats pushing way forward, trying to find some shots in the bunker. Bunker is now down, but now it does allow the Tiger Tank not getting shot blocker and annihilating a rifle or a Ranger squad. Abstract now falling back on Panther squad here. Does drop a bar. Those repair pioneers going to take time to repair up that half track as well. Doesn't get another shot off of those infantry forces. Grenadiers may find a good Panther shot onto this wounding Hellcat. Well, they already did. And they rolled another miss. Grenadier squad may need to fall back. Got the MP-40 Volt squad engaging the Rifleman squad. Their Rifleman squad of Vectors 2. We got stun grenades now being thrown. And it looks like they're hitting this guy first. Completely whipping all their grenades there. Tiger Tank getting some good hits on the Rifleman squads there. That track has been prepared up quite nicely. And the Rifleman squad does get forced them back. Rifleman squad's eyeing for some sticky bombs onto the Tiger Tank that may not even get the damage engine crit. He does get the damage engine crit there. Rifleman squad does receive a hit there from a fresh stew. The Volkswagen squad does get forced some back. Does get some suppressive fire there. They throw a sticky bomb on the stew. Does throw a sticky bomb on the stew. And repair pioneers themselves are down. Munitions point has been captured on up. We do have the Hellcats being repaired on up. He has no longer a pop cap. Of course, he did lose entire Ranger squad.
Front shifting. Krauts are grabbing territory from us. Eyes on me. Krauts have cut forward supply line.
Rifleman squad is trying to capture that fuel point. Got the stew here. No engine damage onto it. Tiger Tank still has engine damage. As the Wehrmacht player, let's see what the Wehrmacht player has in resources. Pretty much no manpower, plenty of fuel. It's probably be like that for the rest of the game. Grenadiers eyeing for some stun grenades there. Does throw out a good volley there. And does get the Rifleman squad quite good. Grenade does come forward as well. Gets a decent hit there. MP-40 folks pushing forward. Rangers get a decent frag there, forcing back the Rifleman squad. I mean, Grenadier squad. And this Grenadiers, Volksgrenadiers, going to just try to camp this point here. You could just stay in that region. We got now the Stu advancing forward to help support the Volksgrenadiers. And all those forces do fall back. Volksgrenadiers can take time to capture up that munitions void. Hellcats have been mostly repaired on up. The veteran one is not repaired fully. But there's a Pack 30 in the region. He does spawn the Pack 38 right there. Got the two Hellcats set on up. Got Rifleman squad advance forward. Let's pick up that bar. Our tactic has been repaired on up. And this Rifleman squad is pushing way forward. Multiple Rifleman squads in the center of the map.
The enemy advances.
Two finding a shot there on the Rifleman. Now the Hellcats are advancing forward. Pack 30 set up in a good position there. We'll probably get a shot on one of them. Does get a good shot on one of them. Tiger Tank does receive a sticky bomb there. Hellcat could go down. Needs to get that other. Need that Pack 30 pushing forward. Tiger Tank does find a hit there on the Hellcat. Stu does receive some rear armor hits there. Severely wounded. Does receive a sticky bomb there. Does get a short engine crit there. You can fancy forward. Pack 30 finds good hits there. Hellcat gives him one shot away from death. Make that one shot away from death now. Just get another destroyed engine crit there. Let's get some suppression on some of these rifleman squads now. The half-track is not garrison, so can't get any suppression himself. And Hellcat does go down, or does take out the Stu. Grenadiers and the rifles engaged in close range. I think does roll a miss there. There you go, gets a hit. Not sure. Did that Tiger tank shot just go through the building and up into space? Rifleman squad is starting to get overran, gets to receive a good hit there. Giga Pounds are now for 25 kills. Pack 38 will get decrewed, and the Rifleman squads do fall back now. I think there's another off-map combat group that was called on in. Got a fresh range. Nope, nah, that's not a fresh ranger squad. We got M1AT gun that has been from off-map combat group. He may have just got another MG30, another M1917 machine gun, 2 riflemen, and an AT gun, I believe, because that is a lot of riflemen. And some of these riflemen have 0 kills. Time just to spam out riflemen.
Enemy is down for 25 points.
Tiger tank doesn't receive any repairs just yet. The half-track team repairs first. We do have a capture in favor of the allies. The Axis player does not have a lot of VPs remaining. Is here a sniper shot as well? Oh, apparently the AT gun makes a slight sniper sound there. I heard that like it was a sniper shot. And looks like the US player is casting a good job. Grenadier is trying to capture the center VP. Tiger tank may just have to crawl his way forward into combat. Good there on the Hellcat. Center VP has been decaptured, that's all it needs to do. Tiger tank does roll a miss there on the Hellcat. Maybe trying to hit that AT gun. Does get a hit, good hit there on the AT gun, does decrew it. Good hit there on the infantry support units. Tiger tank may receive some sticky bombs there. We have now the half-track now being repaired on up by the repair pioneers. AT gun will get decrewed. You could try to recapture that AT gun to hit that Tiger tank. Couple sticky bombs down the Stu. Does get fully mobilized. And a short engine crit, so to make it really can't move. Tiger tank does roll a miss there. Before he's a base of 4, trying to get some good shots there. I'm not sure if that's big explosion. Oh, that was just the Stu. Of course, back with rifle squads. And, oh, looks like the US player does recapture the VP, knocking out his opponent by VPs. This is Anna Great saying, thank you for watching, and on to the next replay.